Welcome to the Ultimate Posture Guide. If you follow this, I can assure you won't need any other posture guides, and we're gonna have a cartoon opening for the first exercise going to the deadlift. It makes sense. Now, before we begin, remember that we're working on our posture, so we're not actively working on getting super strong, which is the only reason for the low amount of weights on the bar, and definitely not because I am super weak. In this case, we are using the sumo deadlift because we want to strengthen both our glutes and our legs with this exercise. Because if your glutes and legs aren't strong enough to tilt your pelvis in the right direction, your posture is going to be fucked from the beginning, which is why we start at the bottom and move on to the top. You're going to do 5 sets of 5 repetitions each. Take your time, slow down the movement, don't use too much weight. We're just trying to strengthen slowly and progressively, which means for the people who already know how much they can deadlift in their 1 repetition maximum, they're gonna take between 40 and 60% of that for this exercise. You're gonna start out really low weight and then increase until you reach the 60% mark for the last set of the deadlifts, which moves us to our second weighted exercise, the barbell row. Some of you might have noticed that those 2 exercises are actually strength exercises, and that has a reason. According to the latest research into posture work, it seems that strength exercises such as deadlifts and barbell rows have a much stronger effect on your posture than bodyweight exercises that would go into the yoga or mobility category. In this exercise's case, we're gonna do 4 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions, keeping our back as straight as possible and rowing to our belly button. As for the upright angle, that depends totally on how mobile you are in your hips and back, which moves us to the passive hang. So you're gonna put the barbell to the side for now, and you're gonna grab yourself a pull-up bar, because with the passive hang, we're gonna start decompressing all the muscles and all the tendons and all the ligaments that we have been compressing with the last exercises. See, the deadlift pulls your body down, and so does gravity over the course of the day. So decompressing your spine and your shoulders and your hips can help you get into a better posture position over time. Not to mention that it strengthens all the ligaments and tendons and musculature that's around your spine and your shoulders, helping you strengthen all those small stabilizers. Which moves us to a more complex exercise, the scapular pull-up. Now I'm saying complex because while it is not that hard of a movement, you really need to know how to activate your lats, your traps, and your deltoids to depress your scapular in the pull-up position. Now, it's a really short movement, but it not only strengthens the scapular stabilizers, but it helps you learn more control with the back muscles and the top shoulder muscles that you have. While with the passive hang, we're going for time, so hanging for 30 seconds and taking a slow break and repeating. With the scapular pull-up, we're gonna try and do 4 or 5 repetitions, take a short break, and repeat that 4 to 6 times, meaning 4 to 6 sets of 5 repetitions. And while I know it looks really easy, you're gonna notice it's much harder than it looks. Back to the weights, grabbing the bar, straightening our legs and our back as much as we can, and going for the Jefferson curl. As you can see, I'm touching the ground with each repetition, but that's only because I have a lot of hamstring flexibility, so you don't actually need to do that. What you do need to do though is keep your back and legs straight while you go as low as possible. Get a small stretch in your hamstrings and your biceps femoris, and repeat, go back up again. We're gonna do 5 sets of 8 repetitions with this exercise. Keep the amount of the weight low, because if you fuck this one up, you're gonna have your back hurting really bad, and you can get injured really badly. But the risk-reward ratio is acceptable, because a bonus to this exercise is the additional benefit of building up real flexibility in your hamstrings, and you can even use it as a loaded stretch. If you don't know what loaded stretching is, check out this video, we talked about it 2 days ago. Now we're gonna put those weights back where they belong. Don't forget about that. That's like half the training. People who don't put their weights back can go fuck themselves, I'm just saying. So we're gonna put them back like some nice people, and we're gonna move on to the last but not least exercise, the cat-cow. Now this exercise is gonna help you learn a lot about spinal flexion and spinal extension, which is what I'm doing right now at this moment. Head up, spinal extension, head down, spinal flexion. You're not only learning to control your spinal erectors and all the musculature in your back and around your spine, but also your shoulders, your shoulder mobility, and your hips, because you need to tilt them forward and backward with each repetition. Now, not only do I recommend doing this exercise at the end of every posture workout that you do, but I'd also recommend doing it in the morning and in the evening if you have the time, just for 2 or 3 minutes, because it's a really beneficial exercise that has a myriad of benefits that I go into in another video where I only talk about the cat-cow and its benefits. You can check that out here if you're interested. As for time under tension, I'd recommend taking 10 seconds to 15 seconds for each repetition. So it's really slow. Try to incorporate your breathing. So for instance, positive movement in, negative movement out, and switch it up, or the other way around, it doesn't matter, but try to find a rhythm. That concludes our posture workout. If you liked the video, like the video. If you found it helpful and thought this content is congruent with what you like watching, then subscribe, and I'll see y'all soon. Captain Cairo. Peace out.